Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Going Deeper. Today we're in La Jolla with Elizabeth DiAlto. She is the founder of the Wild Soul movement. She's helped thousands of women with their career, with their relationships, and with their mind-body connection. She's also the author of Untame Yourself, an amazing person overall. I am just super excited to be on the water with her. If you like this video, please leave a comment and hit subscribe. Thank you so much. Here we are out on the water. Super stoked today with my dear friend Elizabeth DiAlto. And yeah, just out here playing with dolphins, which was incredible.
Epic. And
paddling and checking out the caves in La Jolla. And just so everybody can see how beautiful it is. And Elizabeth has an amazing program that has been helping women entrepreneurs.
Not entrepreneurs, some are. Just women in general. Mm-hmm.
Helping women for a few years now, right?
Yeah, Wild Soul movement is now, the idea is officially over 3 years old.
Okay.
And the program is about 2.5.
And the program is doing really well.
Yeah.
I know because we were kind of in a mastermind together at the beginning of the year, and we did some check-ins with each other for quite a while. And I used to leave our meeting and go, "Oh my God, this woman is like rocking and rolling." Like every month, it would be like, "Oh, I'm going to do this and this and this and this," and it would be like what someone else might plan for a quarter or a year, and you're like, "Yeah, we're just going to do these things." But what was always interesting to me is you say it so matter-of-factly, like this is so.
Yeah.
And it is so.
And it is. Yeah.
And that's so cool.
Yeah.
Do
you want to know the trick to that?
Yes.
So this is a lot of my work is around like integrating masculine and feminine.
Okay.
And so I really only ever take action on the things that I've like actually sat and felt like I received them. Not that I've like mentally figured them out or made them up. Does that make sense? So it's like the stuff that actually wants to happen and wants to come through anyway. So it's like I kind of have life force behind it. So it doesn't actually require nearly as much energy. Like people ask me all the time, like, how do you do so much? And I'm like, because I'm really only doing the things that have already kind of like poked me and wants to happen.
That makes so much sense.
So there's like energetic and like life momentum behind it. So it's pretty easy for me.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I started doing this video podcast series because in our community and for whatever reason, I've been meeting some really incredible people. Yeah. And I think that we all have our own unique genius and gifts. And some people really just bring it out in a way that helps the world and helps people. And that's what kind of really turned me on when we were first starting to like go through the year-end planning and go through this stuff. And I'm like going, wow, I hope we end up together doing that, kind of check-ins and stuff with each other. And I love what you do. And I guess what I'm interested to know is how did you come about, kind of doing what you're doing? Because it's kind of a journey. You don't just end up being able to come up with it the way that you do.
I love sharing this. There's so many little points in the story, but the place where I'll start and share with you is, so for many years I was in fitness. I was a personal trainer. Okay. And I would notice inevitably that first of all, my clients, we would always be talking, I felt like a therapist. My training sessions, we'd be working out, we'd be talking about nutrition and all those things, and my clients would get awesome physical results, but they also came to be nourished and loved on, because it's kind of my personality. And then, but what became really fascinating to me that kind of started this whole inquiry in my own life and then turned into this eventually was I would notice that people could eat well, do the exercise, get all the habits and behaviors down, but very swiftly, any kind of like life, mental, emotional, financial, relationship thing could happen and like wipe out the physical results with such ease. So I became so much more curious about kind of like working in rather than working out. If that makes sense. So I started, I did a couple of Reiki attunements. I started, people had given me feedback. This is back when I was living in New York City, and I'm originally from the East Coast. I'm a New Yorker, and I'm pretty driven, as you've noted. And people would be like, you need to soften. Like, you should be more feminine. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, I didn't think, like, I'm not prissy. I'm not super girly in the way that I thought. So I also started studying feminine archetypes.
Wow.
And I was reading this book called Awakening Shakti by Sally Kempton. And I get to the Durga chapter, who's like the fierce warrior goddess, and I'm like, oh, I've always been feminine. It's just kind of like fierce, fiery warrior feminine, not like dainty, soft, So that really kind of helped me. Once I started going on my own integrative path, of course, people just started magnetizing to me who like needed that as well. And I just started seeing, because our culture is very masculine. Like, we get trained in the masculine arts from school age. Follow the rules, stay in the lines, do the thing, here are the steps, do this is what you need to do, achieve, accomplish. But like, no one, unless you are blessed with a mom or aunt or grandma or family or whomever, who kind of goes, yeah, but there's this whole other mysterious side of you that's like really miraculous, and that's where all the feminine gifts are. A lot of us don't even know that. So now that's kind of the role I play. I kind of go, hey women, you're not just a lovelier version of a man. There's this whole, and for men too, which is cool, right? Like, one of the things I'm going to start doing next year is inviting men in, because we all just need that integration.
Right.
It's not just about, because it was my path and my journey and I'd walked it, it was easy to like take women under the wing and be like, yo, there's this magical, mysterious part of us that most of us don't know anything about. But I see the need too for men to kind of come in and go, yep, I get to be both.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's almost as if when you were doing the fitness stuff, the training, you saw that people also needed balance in their life in every other area, or it just didn't work.
Totally.
And then that created the journey for you to discover your distinction in helping people to understand their unique self.
Yeah,
That's
right.
So cool.
And that's why I love studying archetypes. Like, I could geek out on that all day. Archetypes, personality types. It's like that self-knowledge and self-understanding of how you express these things, because it's certainly not black and white. And even in different cycles and phases of your life, like even this year, like, yeah, I really identify with that like Durga, like warrior, like fiery goddess energy. But this year I was craving like a softer, so I was like, what's this Lakshmi character all about? Like, and a lot more compassion and like softness and the beauty and the sweetness of life, and incorporating that.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's so
like
fun.
It. So what are like 3 or 5 tips for women to start to discover their unique self?
Yeah, so something I teach that's like the core of everything I teach is that everything you've ever needed has always been inside of you. So even with that archetype stuff, that stuff was already in me. It's not like I was learning how to be something I wasn't. I was learning how to express something that was already inside. So understand that like all the outward reaching, trying to be like other people, mimic other people, sometimes that's helpful to like learn the rules so you can break them. But it's really important that you eventually break them. And you go, but what's my expression of this? What feels right to me? The other thing is anything you can do to be in your body, to get grounded, to like be with your breath. This is why Waltz movement is like a sensual movement practice, because it's not a workout. It's slow, so you can actually feel, connect with your body's unique language of the senses, know how your intuition speaks to you. And the 3 things that I tell people, learn how to do first. Just understand when your body is saying yes, when it's saying no, and when it's registering things as truth.
That's so cool.
Because if you know your yes, you know your no, and you know your truth, it's very easy to navigate things, which is the next point, which is how important assertiveness. A lot of women say yes, they don't have boundaries, they don't say no when they want to say no in all kinds of life contexts, and they end up tired and burned out and resentful, or things like fibromyalgia or adrenal fatigue. It like starts to express physically when you're not listening. And so to just like really pay attention, like get to know yourself and really honor yourself. We think in a lot of ways that like the most integrous thing we could do is like be there for everyone else, but the highest form of integrity is honoring yourself. And most of us are not very well practiced in that. Sometimes that means you break commitments. Sometimes it means you choose your own health over self-sacrifice and then being sick for even longer. It's actually a high service, and it's also a beautiful thing to be modeling for everyone else around you.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we are actually drifting into the surf.
We are.
So this will be a
Oh
really
yeah, we gotta back this truck up.
So this is the first time ever
no.
we're going to split
Those
for a
waves
second.
are breaking.
We're still in it. We're just gonna have to paddle a little bit. Here, we could even go forward.
Cool.
And here we are.
And we're back. We're back out of the break.
No, we're not out yet.
No, we're not.
But we're just gonna paddle while.
You guys watching need to know how good David Steele is at the ocean, which if you've been watching the series, you already know that, but he's totally indoctrinating me into being someone who can be out here and not be afraid and not think everything is an emergency.
So, tell us about your workshops or retreats or stuff that you do, and when is your next one?
My next retreat is going to be in Granada, Spain, February 17th.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I just love your life.
Thanks. Me too. I make so many good choices.
You really do.
It took me a while to learn how to do that.
I interrupted. Granada,
okay.
Spain.
Granada, Spain. Because I do, with the podcast and everything, my audience, I have women all over the planet in my community. And I know it's expensive to travel and get flights and stuff, so I really wanted to get something in Europe for those women who are always like, I'm dying to come to one of your things. When are you going to come here? So I'm going to be in Spain. And then I don't have any real life events, not so many yet in the calendar for 2017 yet, but there will be. I do Untame Yourself, just weekend intensive retreats. I do those in San Diego. But other than that, my new mentorship that I'm filling at the end of the year for next year is called Emerge.
Okay.
Every year I kind of revamp, upgrade, and name my mentorship something different than the year before.
Look at this wave.
Yeah, look at that. David Steele's
That's a big one.
David Steele's like, there's no waves out here.
No, there is now.
There is now.
All right, we're good.
All right.
We made it.
We made it.
I think for a bit.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh.
We were actually like a team paddling.
That was.
Each side.
I've never done that. A little tandem paddle. Like one of those bicycles.
Yes.
Cool.
Life is so amazing.
It's so amazing. I can't. I'm in awe. Oh man, if anyone ever tells you heaven is not on earth, you show them this video and you go, but look.
That's the beach we almost just landed on.
That's smashed into. It would have been fine, but still.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. I really, really do. And the more that I get to know you, you have this just fun energy about you that's just contagious and really cool.
Thanks.
So, thank you.
I love it. What a great idea. I love this innovative, I'm going to do a podcast and it's going to be on the ocean.
There's something about being in nature, and then I love it when I'm on my edge. If I'm challenging myself, if something's edgy, I have to do it, right? I'm doing a ridiculous pole dance performance next week.
You've done it before. I saw your first one.
I know. And it's super edgy for me. I do not consider myself very coordinated, a great dancer, or someone who wants to perform in front of a bunch of people, and I have to do all of that. But paddleboarding is really edgy for people. So I've now interviewed 7 people, and at least 2 of them were very on edge out here.
Cool.
It was cool. And then one of my other friends, who's an entrepreneur, saw the video of us filming the leopard sharks, which will be right over there when we come in. And it was a 10-second clip, and he said, I could absolutely not watch it. I was so terrified. I'm so terrified of sharks that I couldn't watch the 10-second clip. And I'm like, guess where we're going?
Guess where I need to take you, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. I will include all of your info in the show notes. And
bye, everyone.
Thank you.